Today, I'm going to be making Treacle Fudge. This is from the Unofficial Harry Potter Cookbook. George Ann bought this for us, so thank you very much to George Ann. For this recipe, you need 1 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup packed brown sugar, 1 stick of butter, half a cup heavy cream, 2 tablespoons black treacle or dark molasses or black striped molasses. I use the Lyle's black treacle, and that is, I've already measured it out, that's 2 tablespoons. You need 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. And in case you've never bought cream of tartar, this is what it looks like. It's a white powder, and it's just a small amount. And then you need 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla. So what you want to do is you get a saucepan. Well, first of all, you grease an 8x8 pan. Now, I can tell you right now, normally I would use parchment paper, but it said grease an 8x8 pan, so that's what I did. I greased my 8x8 pan. And then, in a pan, you want to combine your granulated sugar, your brown sugar, butter, heavy cream, cream of tartar, and your treacle. And this treacle, it's very, look how thick that is. It's thick. It does not want to move. So you definitely have to scrape that out. And you want to cook this over medium-high heat. Stirring constantly until the butter is melted and the ingredients are combined. Everything is mixed together, so you need a candy thermometer for this recipe. Hook it on the side of your pan. You want the candy thermometer to get to 240 degrees. And you do not add your vanilla. So once you don't stir it, leave it here, let it get to 240 degrees, and then we're going to take it off the heat and add our vanilla. Our candy thermometer has reached 240 degrees, so you want to take this off the heat, remove your candy thermometer, and you want to stir in your vanilla at this point. And then you're going to allow the bubbles to subside, let them calm down, and you're gonna let this cool off slightly, so give it 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. Our bubbles have subsided. You can see it's calmed down. So now get ready for a workout, because you want to take a wooden spoon and you want to stir this for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm actually going to set a timer, and we're gonna go right in the middle. We're gonna go for 18 minutes. And you want to stir it until it loses its gloss is what you're doing. So this is how thick it gets. It gets very, very, very thick.
Workout. And
so at this point, you're going to put it in your pan. Like I said, I like to use parchment paper, but I'm following their directions, and it all comes out of the pan. I mean, that, of course, that could have to do with our nice pan too. I would definitely use a non-stick pan if you have one, but then I'm going to use a knife to scrape it off my spoon. And the wooden spoon is important too, so that you don't scrape up your pan. Now you want to spread this out, and you're going to let it cool completely. This has been sitting for about an hour, and you feel it, and it is hard, it's firm. So you're supposed to get 64 pieces. And so I'm gonna try to get 64 pieces. first piece is always going to be ugly, you know that, because I didn't use parchment paper. But this is the size square that you're going to get. Hagrid's glue your teeth together fudge turns out to be quite useful. After Hagrid's been taken to Azkaban, Harry feeds some to Fang to keep him quiet. Fang can't bark because his fangs are stuck together. Fudge is not foolproof, so it's no surprise Hagrid's didn't come out quite right. That's from Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, chapter 15. So, we did all the math because they don't do calories or anything like that.
There's just no telling how much you're using, so.
Right. So, we did the calories for the sugar, the brown sugar, the butter, all of that. We added it together, divided it by 64 pieces. Of course, you saw I just cut it. There was no measuring or anything. It's about 43 calories per small square.
And that's pretty good though. That's basically 1-inch squares. They're so pleasurable to eat. This makes you want to go. Ah.
That's like the best thing I've ever made.
It's very good. It's very strong. That treacle is very strong.
Yes. I think that is probably the sweetest thing I've ever made.
But sugar and sugar.
Literally. If you have ever, we have reviewed on this channel, this says glue to your teeth or whatever. That's not what this is. We have reviewed on
they're calling it fudge.
They're calling it fudge. This is tablet. So on the channel, we have reviewed Scottish tablet. Tablet is, it's not like a hard candy. It's coarser. It has a grit to it.
Melts on your tongue.
Melts on your tongue, but it's over the top sweet. And I have said before that it is the best thing like that I've ever tasted. Is besides like a sticky toffee pudding, like this is it. This is the dessert you want. This is phenomenal. This is tablet. Mm-hmm. So we reviewed a long time ago. There was a brand that I loved. It was called like Miss Tilly's or something like that from Scotland. And it's tablet, and it comes in little pieces like this.
Yeah, they're basically 1-inch squares just like this.
Yeah, and so, but that is what this is. This is probably one of the best things I've ever made.
It came out really good.
The only thing that I would do differently is that I would not cut it in 64 pieces. I would cut it in, I would probably do half of that. I would do like 30, I don't know,
I kind of like the small pieces.
I think,
well, you put the whole piece on your mouth, you just let it dissolve, and if you want another one, you get another one.
You could do that. Kevin didn't see me when he was doing something else. So when I was actually taking it out of the pan, some of the pieces want to fall apart because they're so small. They want to kind of crumble, and maybe I could have done something different as far as the amount of time I stirred it or something like that, you know, that would make a difference. But when I was removing it, because they're such small squares, it does have a tendency to crumble. You could even take this and crumble it over. I can't imagine, because it's already so sweet, putting it on something
like ice cream. Or
I'm thinking like if you were making an apple crumble and you had that apple with cinnamon, and
it would add a brown sugary kind of flavor to it.
Yes, you could put this on you could crumble this over the top, because that's how easy this crumbles.
Yeah, oh yeah. With it melting on your tongue like that. It's good. If you don't have treacle though, if you're in the United States especially, just use molasses. It's the same thing. It
says that on here that you can use molasses.
I just want to make sure you knew that. You can use molasses. It might change the flavor just a little bit, because that treacle is pretty strong and it has just a touch for me of bitterness. Just a touch.
Yes.
But I don't know, molasses may have the same kind of flavor. I don't know.
But the recipe is called Treacle Fudge. This is not what we consider fudge. This is tablet. I hope that some of you make this recipe.
It's very good.
Because it is unbelievable. I tell you what, my sister would go gaga over this recipe. She'd be like,
you have to make more of that. You know, you have to make it all the time.
And it's not hard except for having to stir it.
No,
For that 15 minutes.
No, it was pretty easy. Once you buy all the ingredients, you could make this a bunch of different times. So I really hope you all will try it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.